My brothers and sisters, may the Lord be with you. A reading from the Holy Gospel according to Mark. The disciples had forgotten to bring bread, and they had only one loaf with them in the boat. Jesus enjoined them, "Watch out, guard against the leaven of the Pharisees and the leaven of Herod." They concluded among themselves that it was because they had no bread. When he became aware of this, he said to them, "Why do you conclude that it is because you have no bread? Do you not yet understand or comprehend? Are your hearts hardened? Do you have eyes and not see, and ears and not hear? And do you not remember when I broke the 5 loaves for the 5,000, how many wicker baskets full of fragments you picked up?" They answered him, 12. "And when I broke the 7 loaves for the 4,000, how many full baskets of fragments did you pick up?" They answered him, 7. He said to them, "Do you still not understand?" The Gospel of the Lord. Yesterday, as you recall, we had noted in the Gospel of Mark Jesus' frustration over the Pharisees and Sadducees failing to recognize who he really is and what he is doing. And he keeps telling them, in fact, you have to realize it's not the things that I do specifically that are most important, it is rather who I am. I am the way, the truth, and the life, so we were told. And the same message is picked up today with regard to the comprehension on the part of the apostles. We see in the course of the whole gospel story many moments where they miss the point. Jesus tries to prepare them for what is the ultimate plan of action and salvation, of the death on the cross and in turn resurrection, and they can never quite accept it. They never quite accept the concept of Messiah as he suggests. And even right down to the very end, at the moment of ascension, they're asking the question, when will we get the kingdom back? When will we be freed all of a sudden? So they're always missing it. And so today, Jesus in the Gospel from John's account ends up telling us the story, or Mark's account rather, ends up telling us the story of how the leaven of Herod and of the Pharisees is secondary. It doesn't produce anything. It isn't of itself creative or all-encompassing or sacramental. And so he says, don't worry about that. Realize and remember what I did. And what I did ultimately is I gave myself to you because I am, as he tells us in the Gospel of John in the lengthy monologue, I am the bread of life. Today then we become attuned to the fact again that he continues to try to show himself to us in multitude of signs, in the words that we hear in Scripture, in the Eucharist that we share at this table, in the faces of those around us who are believers with us. And in all instances, they are but just a taste, if you will, of ultimately that heavenly banquet we will, God willing, be part of if we stay true to the message in this life so as to attain it in the next.